Hi there, I am Nathaniel Cohen, and I will be instructing everyone at the Armsmen Guild. Any member will have access to at least one training video a week. At least one. I will try to maybe get up to a week, maybe more. If anybody needs clarification, I will most definitely post a video or text post on clarification. Otherwise, it should be fairly straightforward. Just practice the move the way I show it. You might have to make some modifications if you have, say, bad wrists. Mine aren't terrible, but they do crack. It's to be expected, I would say. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't be careful, because you most definitely should. If your wrist normally doesn't crack and pop, definitely do some research. Maybe go to the doctor about it, get a physical, whatever you need to do. Just make sure that wrist isn't going to get a whole lot of damage. I myself, I've been obsessed for 8 years now. I don't think I could give it up. No matter how much damage I did to myself, I don't think I could ever give up sword fighting. It is my absolute passion. I pour my heart and soul out every single day into at least learning something. I mean, even if it's a new way to sharpen a dagger or spear or whatever, I really don't care. As long as it relates to European martial arts, well, historical European martial arts, also known as HEMA, I'm cool with it as long as I learn something. Just even if it's a minute little bit of information, I want that bit. I want that tiny bit simply because this is one of my biggest passions in the world. There is nothing more valuable to me than the sport. HEMA has been probably one of the biggest parts of my life. Between all of the stuff that I've done since I was 8, when I was making that wooden sword in the basement with my dad, I really don't think anything has changed about it to me. I mean, these things, they aren't all that impressive to me, but I've been around them since I was 8. I've gotten used to stuff like this. All of these things, they just sit around. I mean, heck, I've got sleeves of gambesons just sitting around, gloves, gauntlets, helmets. I just practice all the time. I mean, it is my favorite thing to do ever. And I really hope to influence everyone who joins. I hope everyone in this at least gets some joy out of maybe sparring, practicing, whatever you can afford, whatever you can manage. I mean, I've personally taught people with many handicaps, and even if you are handicapped in one arm, maybe both even, you can still practice. You just have to be really careful. If you don't have the ability to walk, you can still fence. You will be at a disadvantage against people who are walking, but I say give it a shot. I mean, really, I don't care how disabled somebody is. They can still beat me. I have been beaten by people with very debilitating disabilities, such as paraplegism. I don't know, they were paraplegic. They had most of their legs removed, both sides, and I still could hardly ever score a touch on them. They were a really tough opponent. And, one thing, you will hear me crack my knuckles a lot. A lot. It's mostly just for me to keep mobility in my hands. If I don't crack my knuckles, I can't really move my hands. But anyway, back to the topic that I was on. Even with a disability, you can very well be a good fighter. And the better the fighter you are, even with your disabilities, the stronger a person I think you are. If you can honestly have the skill, you're impressive at that point, because a lot of people just give up. They think, just because I don't have this, I can't succeed, I can't be good, I can't even try. And that's a mentality you need to get out of. No matter what, you have the time. That is one thing that I guarantee everybody has, the time. I don't care if it's 5 seconds. You can still get in a couple of swings. You can practice with a spoon. I don't care how you practice, why you practice. Well, no, I do care why. I mean, if you practice for a malicious intent, stop. That's not part of the sport at all. You're not going to murder your neighbor with this. I mean, you can. Not saying you can't. You can, but that's not the goal of martial arts anymore. There's no sense in learning this just to go to war against somebody that's only 20 miles away. You don't do that anymore. This stuff, you learn it to protect yourself, to learn yourself. This is a very self-developing sport. You learn a lot about yourself when going through the motions. You learn how your wrists move, your arm moves. You learn how much your chest wants to move while you're doing so. And you learn how far you need to move your chest while you strike and all of that. It's very simple to learn, very hard to master. Like I said, I've been with this for a long time, since I was 8, but I've really been, I would say, at the ability level to teach for about 2 years. Being able to teach is very different than being a master. I will never call myself a master in my lifetime. Until I can prove to myself that I'm a master, which it won't happen. Until I can prove that I can beat everyone on this planet, I'm not going to say I'm a master. Unless I have beaten every single person on this planet in a fight, I'm not going to say I'm a master. And I guarantee there is no way that I'm going to beat every single person on this planet. Simple as that. And it's not a good mentality to have. Looking to improve your rank. Improve upon what you know. What you have. Your skill is what matters. Doesn't matter what that guy's skill level is. You have to have some pride in yourself. You have to really take this stuff to heart. For it to sink in. For it to actually be good for you. I know this video is getting very long now just for an introduction, but to encapture everything that I have to say about this, it's going to take me a long time. It's probably going to take me this entire session, this entire class, everything about it. I will be pouring my heart and soul into it, and I hope you guys understand how I feel about this. It's more a part of me than I think my left arm could ever be. I think I would seriously rather lose a limb than stop ever sword fighting. I think I would rather have my left hand cut off, my left arm cut off at the elbow, shoulder even. As long as I can still sword fight, I'm okay. As long as I can still swing and fight like anybody else, I'm okay. Or okay enough to live. Let's leave it at that. Now, I don't want to spoil everything for you guys. So, till the next video, next instruction video actually, I hope you guys live the best you can. I hope you all learn to love your life, learn to love everything there is out there. And I really hope you guys come back for the next lesson. Thank you. Till next time.